Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to day 75 out of 90. This is crazy, and you know what that means is that hacking better is right around the corner. It still feels a little far because I have so many things to do before then, but like 15 days is not far, and that I'm so excited about that. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kelly Couch. I'm an independent promoter with the company Prove It. And I'm excited today because this is something that even though we're on day 75, we're always talking about ways to simplify or ways to take it back to the basics. And I think that this topic today is something that we all forget about. And Nick and I are as guilty of this as anyone. And so this is going to be I'm going to try to, I know I say this every time, but I'm going to try to keep this one short because I want you guys to actually do these call to actions and really think about this whole maybe section of people in our teams that we have been overlooking as far as growing our business. I think we take care of them, customers, but I don't think that we think of that as an option to also grow our teams and help more people. So the topic today is going to be enrolling your customers to attract. So for me, when I signed up, we had no clue what or I particularly had no clue what we have our hands on. And so I started drinking it, after a week or two, I started really feeling great and sharing it with the people close to me. And but I did not understand the diet. I did not understand at all what the product was. I mean, Nick had sort of mentioned what it could do in, when he was for that 6 months, but I was turned off. I wasn't really listening to what he was saying. And so I think for me, I didn't understand the science, but I knew to connect people to him, and I knew to connect people to other people that were drinking it. That's literally all I knew. I knew to share, like I cared about people. So I cared about my parents. I shared it with them. I cared about my brothers. I shared it with them. I didn't understand the science. I wasn't an expert. I had a campfire video. I had what Nick was saying, and I had other people that were drinking it. And I was a customer at that point. Like when I entered this scene, I was not only resistant to the business, I was resistant to the product, I was resistant to Nick talking about it. I just had 3 babies in 3.5 years, and I was ready to feel better. That's it. And so I think, we have to remember that even as resistant as I was, I still shared it with 4 people the first week I was drinking it. Like, think about that. Like, I did not want any part of this. I wanted to feel better. But the minute I started, the couple weeks in after drinking it, I shared it with my parents and my brothers right away. And so if you think about that, you can be doing this with your people and making it easy for them, like for your customers to connect people. And if someone like me who was so resistant to the whole conversation, to the whole idea of community marketing, to the whole idea of another product, when I had tried so many in the past that maybe worked, maybe didn't, maybe got me on a roller coaster, maybe didn't, whatever had happened in my past, I was so closed off to this that I didn't even try it for 6 months. And even when I did, I was doing it secretly. And even I shared it with 4 people rather immediately. So if you think about that, who thinks we can all be doing a better job of helping our customers and our new people share this with the people they love? Like, I think so. And when you think about it that way, we can fairly easily ask them, and this could be, it doesn't have to be 30 days in, it doesn't have to be 60 days in, it can be day 1, day 2, day 5. Like, who do you know that wants to feel better, right? So obviously if they're drinking it, even if they're day 1 or day 2, they're drinking it for a reason, right? They're drinking it because they want to feel better in one of the 5 areas that we talked to them about, and one of the 5 benefits that the campfire video showed. So they've already made that step. As resistant as they could be, they said yes, and they're drinking it, right? So we need to say, who do you know that wants to feel better? Who do you know that you want to feel better? Who do you know that you want to age better, have more energy? They're going to be thinking of people already, whether they know it or not. They're there, just like I was, right? Or you could say, who can you connect me to who needs a change in life? Like, I bet 35 people just came to your brain, right? Like, we all know those people. They know those people, right? And I think we are missing you know, I'm going to say a whole networks of people. But what I'm really saying is we are missing all kinds of people that we can be helping because we're not asking our customer base who we can help for them. Does that make sense? Like they're not ready to promote. Maybe they are. Maybe you have that conversation and they're like, oh, I know a ton of people. I'm on board. I just was waiting for you to ask. Oh, okay. You know, but even if they're not ready to promote, no one's going to say no to helping the people they love, right? Especially if they've committed to drinking it already. And so, you know, even at this point when I was drinking it and sharing it, I did not want to sell this, right? In fact, I was so adamantly against it. I was like, do not talk to, I made a list of people that Nick was not allowed to talk to instead of people that he was allowed to talk to. Like I insulated our friends and our family. I was like, do not bring this up when we're around these people, right? Like super supportive wife. I get it, right? But look how far I've come. Okay. So I think it was still in my brain. Who else can I help feel better? Right. So, sorry, I'm looking at my notes here. I was just saying that's 4 people right off the top of my head out of someone who hated the idea of sharing this, right? So I think you have to ask them though. Like your person who is 1, 2, 5, 10 days in is not probably going to say, you know, hey Sharon, I had my first drink. Here's my list of 100 people that I'm ready for you to share this with, right? Like they're not. And if they were, the idea that it's an MLM or direct sales probably terrified them from doing that because, you know, they're already skeptical because it's in that space. And so they're not going to necessarily say, here's a handful of people that I'm going to bring in here and maybe be awkward or not, right? We're going through like mindset training. We're reading books. We're going through daily trainings to prepare ourselves for all those no's and all that, you know, skepticism and all that. So these people aren't going to necessarily put themselves right front and center to get that rejection. So sometimes we can just say, I'm not asking you to go out and tell 1 million people. I'm asking you to bring to me 3 to 5 people that you literally want to feel better. And they're gonna do that, right? Because they're like, hey, they might not, you can even say, hey, they might not be open to it, but if they are, think how this could change things for them, right? So we have to bring that conviction and that confidence. You guys, by this point, you know exactly what this product is going to do when they bring them to you. So share that confidence with them because they don't have it yet, you know? So I think, you know, you have to actually put that seed in their head and then engage them to act on it and connect people to you because they're not going to know what to say. And, you know, when a promoter first gets started, they don't know a lot, right? And I think that's kind of the sweet spot. Like they haven't been to Keto Academy and, you know, they spill all that information into your brain and they're like, don't talk about any of that. Just let that build your belief system, right? And then you come back and you're like, I saw brain scans, I saw studies, and you're like, that you were supposed to forget it, right? You're supposed to forget it. But, you know, I think for them, they're customers that are excited. They don't know anything else. They know to connect with you. And that's where that's a sweet spot, you guys. Like we have, how many people have customers still in that sweet spot? 60, 90 days in, they still don't know anything about it. They just know they're feeling awesome. That's the perfect spot for us to say, hey, and that's kind of what our thought process was when we started Eat, Drink, and Be Keto. We were feeling like we were taking care of our promoters and we talked to them a lot and we're doing trainings for them. But, you know, our customers maybe don't feel as engaged to the community. Now our customers have this community to be around. We, you know, if we're adding them in there and we can say, hey, those are all people in there that are just saying, hey, I want this person to feel better. So if you want them to feel better, you know, add them in there, connect them to me. So as soon as they connect you, what we have to be mindful of is that we're giving them very simple steps. Okay, so we're not saying, hey, connect me to 3 to 5 people that you love and you want to feel better. And then when they connect us, we're like dumping everything we ever knew on them. It's still campfire video, 10-day, connecting with someone else who maybe has their same experience, or add them to Eat, Drink, and Be Keto. It's very low level, but imagine then they start a 10-day. On their day 1, you're like, hey, just like your friend Jenny brought you in, is there anybody that you want to feel better? Like imagine the ripple effect that this could actually have. Like if you committed to this, it could actually double your business, right? It could. I mean, it's if you were super intentional about it, and it's nothing scary. It's not like, you know, I don't know, like advanced social media. Some of you guys are probably like, what is she even talking about? This is just asking your customers, who do you want to feel better? Like that is it comes from a genuine, heartfelt, like nothing scary place. And we can all do that. So, and it makes it duplicatable. When you keep it super simple for them, then they're like, yeah, no, she didn't try to sell me. She just sent me this video and like connected me, and then I got a 10-day. That doesn't sound scary, right? If I liked it at the end, that was good. If I didn't, fine. Like, they're a customer. You're not in there like, do it, or a promoter where you're like, let's go. You got goals. It's just people helping people. People want to help people, right? Okay, so I think some verbiage you can use is, hey, whoever. Hey, Sally, I know you're only on day 1. What are you most excited about? Do you know anyone that could also benefit from this? So they're day 1. You're not saying, what did you feel? Right? Because they're on day 1. We're still doing that whole taste test language. What are you most excited about? So they say, this is just stuff you're already doing. So you send them the campfire, you know, what benefit are you most excited about? Same thing here. Hey, I know you're on day 2. What are you most excited about now that you're starting to drink these? And they're like, hey, I have been sleeping like crap for 5 years. That's what I'm really excited about. More than likely, if Sally's sleeping like crap, what do you think she's talking about at work? What do you think she's talking about around the water cooler? What do you think she's talking about when she goes out? How crappy she sleeps, right? You think Sally probably knows 2 to 5 other people that are sleeping crappy? Probably, because she's probably been talking about it, and they all know people, right? So, like, who else do you know that needs better sleep? Can we share this with them, right? And so I think we say, you know, what are they saying? I'm sorry. I'm like reading down my notes. I'm like, what? I would try to keep them shorter so I wouldn't like elaborate. And now I'm like, what is that? What do I even write? But I think, you know, every time they're going to say, you know what? I think I do know people. I do know people who could use this and feel better. Okay. Will you do me a favor? Will you take a picture with your shaker and post? All right, Kelly, tag me. I'm excited to see if this does what you say it will. They can post that, right? We're asking their permission. We're not asking them to post about ketones. We're not asking them to go all crazy, pretend they know the science on day 1. I'm asking them to take a picture of themselves and say, they can still be skeptical, right? That doesn't ask them to say, I feel awesome on day 1. It asks them to say, hey, Kelly, I want to see if this really does what you say it will. Like, that's cool. Then if they get posts on there, you know, they're tagging me in it, and then they say yes, and then you say, when people comment, will you do me a favor? When people comment, say, hey, this is my friend Kelly. She can help you answer questions, and then put her in a 3-way. Like that, customers can handle that stuff, but let's be writing that language out so that we can walk them right through it. And I can post the replay and put this language under in our group, but, you know, I don't think any of that language sounds scary. You know, we're not asking them to make any claims they haven't had. We're not like, day 2, can you go on and say you have the best energy ever? We're not doing that, right? We're not like putting benefits on them. We're saying like, I was a skeptic. We're going to see if this really works. And then what if they get 5 comments that say, what is that stuff? Cool. I'm going to put you with my friend Kelly. I don't know. I'm like day 2, but I'll put you in a message with her and we'll see where it goes. Then I have permission to go in and then talk to them because they put me in a 3-way and they put it on the thing, right? This is all stuff we can do. So their friend sees that they're giving me permission to help. So it's not like I'm in there like trying to steal their people or whatever. And then you want to always include that customer in the message so they can see you keeping it simple. So when they put me in a message, I'm like, hey girl, thanks for commenting. If I send you a short 4-minute video, will you watch it and let me know if it makes sense? Yeah, of course they will. I send the campfire video. Cool. What was your favorite benefit that you saw in there? Well, my friend Jenny that put me in this message, she never sleeps. And we always talk about that. So I really want to sleep. Cool. You want to try a 10-day for $70? Did I go into any science? Nothing. Jenny sees like, oh, that was simple. I can do that because she didn't spill it all over my friend, right? The simplicity matters here when we're doing customers. But imagine how many more people she's going to be willing to connect if I don't pressure them. I send a video. See if they want to try a 10-day. Send a video, see if they want to try a 10-day. Like she's going to do that, and then she's going to do it enough times that we get her some free product. She's going to do it enough times that we start getting some money, right? Let's see where this leads here. So I think that we have to understand, though, that we're going to have to do this for our customers in the beginning because we've had these trainings, we've heard the language, we know what to do. But if we're going to want our customers to do this, they're not quite ready to promote yet. So we're going to have to maybe write that language out for them. But I think if we do this, if we can take this simple step, we're going to grow our businesses exponentially without having to do a whole lot of difficult stuff. You know, like we can do this over and over and over. Missy and I talk about this a lot. People you see, and some people, right, they're at a totally different level. But I think the people right at the next level after you, like where you're trying to get, they're doing simple stuff. They're just doing a lot of it. So imagine if you engaged your customers and their customers and their customers, you'd be engaged. holy cow, right? So I think for a little bit of tip on this, when I'm going to go into someone new, or when someone puts me in a three-way message, I'm going to come in with a voice message first. I always love that. I feel like it's less scary if they come, you know, I'll say, sorry if you think this voice message thing is crazy. We use it a lot in our business, but hey, nice to meet you. You know, thanks Stacy for the introduction. Hey Jenny, how are you? I'm excited. If I send you a video, will you watch it? Right? She feels connected to me already. But the time I am going to use wording is if I'm going to send her something for a post, for example. They can easily copy and paste that. They don't have to re-listen, and less steps, less work for them, right? I'm going to send that wording to them. So remember that we always say positivity matters. Here, that's especially important. So if we're coming in and we're like, you know, Debbie Downer and yada, yada, this matters. So when people are bringing people to us, they want us to bring that positivity that we showed them in the first place. So, you know, to your customer and their friends, we have to make sure that we're keeping that above board. Your conviction, your story, your confidence, all that stuff matters here. But if we've been working on that through our 90-day run, right? We've got positivity. We're looking for these opportunities, right? This is all coming to us. And so who also knows you don't have to be a promoter to have a KLP? Right? When we're trying to get people to plan keto life parties, do we only look to promoters so many times? We're like, oh, who else should we plan one with? We're forgetting about these customers that are excited and have no idea how to share this, right? You might have people 5 days in, 15 days in, 20 days in, who feel amazing and have no idea how to talk to their friends about this. So what if you reached out and you're like, I forgot, like, you're feeling awesome. That's awesome. I forgot that you can like share this with your friends. Like, you know, like call yourself out. Like I've only been checking in with my promoters, but holy cow, you probably have so many friends that you want to help. Like, why don't we do something like at your house or out somewhere and you can just bring them around, and that way you don't have to do it. They can try it. No problem. Customers, KLPs, right? Who also knows that you can earn new volume off of your customers level 1. So we know that this new MVP reset that you can hit every month, if you hit it 3 months, each month you hit it, you get $250. So that's $1,600 in volume. Every month you hit new volume, $1,600, you get $250. And for every 3 months you hit it, you get $750 on top of that. So when you're going for that new volume, if you didn't know that, this is a gold mine. Customers under you, the people they sign up level 1, comes to you for new volume. So this is extra incentive to be engaging your customers, because say your pipeline is here and maybe it's full and maybe it's not, maybe you're working on that, but you're like, oh man, I really want to hit this, but it's the last week of the month. Look to your customers. Look to your customers, because that will roll up to you for new volume. Who also knows that you do not have to be a promoter to come to Hacking Better, right? Let's be inviting these people. Let's be inviting these people. I was not all in when I went to my first event. I told you, Nick had to drag me there, and it changed my life. So whoever we can get there, they don't have to be a promoter. They don't even have to have an account. They can just come with a ticket and let their life be changed, right? So your customers, I think we have to realize they're also our tribe, right? We're always out there searching for our people, like social media, especially when we were training on that, find your people, right? But there are people in their network who are waiting, needing this, right? And I think they won't be reached out to if we don't step in and ask to help them, right? Like our customers are feeling great. 90% of them probably won't take the initiative to ask the people in their lives unless we step in and say, I can do this for you. Just bring them to me and I will help them until, or if, or when, or never you're ready to do this. They may never be ready, but you know what? We can help a lot of their friends, right? Genuinely want to help a lot of their friends. So I'm excited about this. Nick and I did this a while back, and then, you get away from things, but this is a basic step that we all should be taking. So the calls to action today, follow up with 2 5 and 10-day experiences. If you don't have them, just do new customers or any customers. See what they're excited about and ask them to connect you with 3 to 5 people. If that number makes you feel awkward, 1 to 2 people, right? Their family members, their friends, their coworkers, anyone they know. The second one, if they say no one, if they say I have no one in my life that can feel better, first of all, they're lying, okay? And they are black-hearted. No, they need a second serving of keto, and then re-ask them or redirect their question. You know, like if you say, hey, who can you connect me with that needs to feel better? And they're like, no, I don't really have anyone. And they're like a mom that has kids in sports. Like, you don't know any moms that are tired when they show up to soccer. Redirect your question, make it more specific. They're like, oh, I do. Yeah, they are all dragging. They talk about it all the time. Sure, I'll connect them. Okay. Number 2, ask 2 current customers to make a post and tag you in it. And like I said, no matter where they are, if they're super skeptical still, then you can say, then fine. Like, I'm not asking you to post benefits. Let's just post. Like, let's see if this thing works. If they are feeling benefits, then include those, but tag you in it. And number 3, and you can ask them if you can help with wording on that. Sometimes, you know, to stay compliant or to keep it simple, because sometimes they struggle just to make a simple push. You know, we struggle with posts sometimes. They do too. And number 3, ask customers to have a KLP. I'm going to go with it. We're on day 75. I was just going to say ask a couple people, but I'm going to say ask customers to have a KLP until someone commits. Because I think that we can do this, like, even if it's not a customer, like, you guys realize people don't even have to be customers to have a KLP. Like, do you have a friend that doesn't want to drink ketones, but she's like, I really want to help you, but I don't really want to buy ketones. You know how you can help me? Sister-in-law that doesn't want to support me by buying on the site. You can have your coworkers over for, like, whatever you guys do, like a movie night, a wine night, and let me come and talk to them. You know, people want to help you. Even, you know, you'd be surprised, I think. People that don't buy ketones every day, but they're like, I wish I could support you, but I'm just really not into drinking ketones. Cool. Can you have people over to your house? Or can you, whatever. I've done online things before. However they're willing to help. Christmas is coming. Can you suggest that people buy from MLMs or direct sales instead of retail stores for Christmas? That's a good way to support me. And then send them a link, you know, whatever they want to do. But I think, you know, really being aware of asking more people other than just our promoters. So that's it for today. Man, am I really still at 23 minutes? Okay. So thank you guys for always showing up and being patient with me when I go, wait, like, I literally can't make less notes, but I just love you guys and I love to see your smiles. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, you guys, our noon Zoom is going to be Nick and Brian. Nick is up in Alaska, and they're going to be talking about habits and momentum, and I'm super excited to hear from them tomorrow. So have a good day.